Hello again, my name is Gabe Zollner. I'd like to spend a few minutes this afternoon and talk about one of the major concerns that I have in this country. There are many, but this one here I think is going to affect us all eventually. And that is with the laws that are being put into place in regard to abortions, the population of this country is being reduced dramatically by having women that are impregnated aborting their children. And the reality of it is that people that elect their officials are based on demographics of those particular individuals. For example, in Minnesota, the population of Muslims in Minnesota has grown to about 16%. And what they've done is they've elected 2 members of Congress that are Muslims. And what's most interesting, and I personally think is disgusting, is that when these individuals were sworn in, they weren't sworn in on the Bible, they were sworn in on the Quran. Now, I mean, to me, it's totally insane. The concern again is that Muslims tend to have many more babies than Americans per capita, and Muslims don't abort them. Many Muslims have more than one wife. Many Muslims can marry their cousins, their nieces, their daughters, their whatevers, but what they do is they reproduce. And as they continue to reproduce, they end up increasing their voters' bloc. This is also evident in other parts of the country as well. For example, 57% of African Americans or blacks live in the South. So predominantly we end up seeing a number of senators and a number of congressmen being elected from those geographic areas that are also blacks. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but what it does is it shows preferential treatment by those people or those citizens to elect the people that they elect based on skin color. They don't elect them based on their abilities to perform, it's skin color. This is also evident in California. California has approximately 16.7% of the population in California is Hispanic. Now, then you take a look at what's happening to, for example, Los Angeles. We have a Hispanic mayor. Many of the members in the government in California are also Hispanic because they're elected by their people. What's really shocking, though, is that, as I said earlier, 16.7% of the people in California are Hispanic, yet the majority of them vote. The remainder of the Caucasian or the whites or whatever you want to refer them to, they tend not to vote. Because if they did vote, then you wouldn't have such a high concentration of Hispanics in leadership roles. And again, if we allow the Muslims to, well, it's not that we allow, we can't prevent them from doing what they're doing, but as they continue to have children, as their population continues to grow, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? What's going to happen is that they're going to vote their own people into positions of power, and eventually the Muslims will have Sharia law here in the United States. But again, it won't be called the United States. It'll be called whatever they want to call it at that time. And Obama is pushing in that direction as well. The white population, the Caucasian population in this country has got to stand up for itself before it's too late. We have to eliminate the abortion laws. We have to let our population grow based on whatever people choose to do. And if the other people are allowed to continue to breed, which is what they're really doing, they're breeding to increase the population. They're breeding to take control of our government. They're breeding to take control of the country. And unless they're stopped, guess what? They'll achieve their objective. Thank you.